No one in the audience thought that behind the lights of Lisa Blackpink's mega concert at Goyang Stadium, there was a figure whose presence was able to shake the global K-pop ecosystem. BTS's Jungkook, caught on camera, silently present, and in 1 second, change everything amid the glitter of spotlights, the beat of music and the cheering of the crowd that echoed from different corners of the stadium's shake. An unexpected moment shook the space and time of the concert. The camera suddenly captured the figure of a man in a hat, sitting quietly among the VIP rows. Her eyes were fixed intently on the stage where Lisa Blackpink danced with explosive charisma. When the big screen caught a glimpse of his face before changing scenes, the internet exploded. That's BTS's Jungkook. That moment, the stage-rocking heart rate seemed to stop for a moment. Not because of the choreography or the clatter of the bass, but because of one question that came together in the minds of thousands of spectators: is it really Jungkook? Could it be that the BTS member, who is known to be very selective in appearing at public events, chose to attend secretly just to watch Lisa's concert? And if yes, why? When backstage cameras accidentally captured a very distinctive angle of the face, a sharp jaw structure, a dozen small smiles hidden by masks, and almost iconic ear piercings, fans who rewatched the livestream footage began to perform visual surgery. The hashtag Jungkook at Lisa concert immediately topped trending topics on platform X and TikTok in just 40 minutes after the concert ended. As if everything went according to a dramatic scenario that was never written on paper. However, is Jungkook's presence a form of personal support to Lisa? Is it a signal of cooperation between agencies, or is there a deeper narrative behind its silent emergence? One thing is certain, the tape changed the entire atmosphere of the concert. Not only about Lisa and Blackpink, but also about the mystery of the connection of two K-pop icons from two giant groups that seem to be in different orbits, but secretly intersect. A few days earlier, speculation had begun to circulate that one of the BTS members would be present at Lisa's concert. But the rumors were quickly dismissed by fans, citing each artist's tight schedule, plus HYBE and YG Entertainment's strict internal security protocols. No one would have thought that Jungkook, who is known for being very private and rarely appears without a media escort, would risk appearing at a public event of this magnitude, and more surprisingly, as an ordinary spectator, there was no official statement from Bigot Music or YG Entertainment in the first 24 hours after the moment went viral. However, the longer the silence lasted, the wilder the public speculation grew. Some fan accounts analyzed other camera angles of the audience in the West Stand, and found a clearer angle showing Jungkook's typical sitting style and gestures, leaning back, hands clasping his hoodie, and occasionally turning toward the stage whenever Lisa changed positions. Despite wearing a hat and mask, the figure couldn't completely cover the familiar aura that was so iconic. Some fans even pointed out that the sneakers worn by the man were exactly like the exclusive model that Jungkook had just uploaded on his Weverse account a few days before the concert. A small addition, but an important puzzle in the visual confirmation of the community of K-pop fans who are increasingly careful and trained to dissect details. On the other hand, Blink and ARMY's reactions were mixed. Some welcomed Jungkook's presence as a form of support for fellow artists, and some even raised theories that this might be a sign of a secret musical collaboration between Lisa and Jungkook, two big names with visual and musical powers that cannot be underestimated. However, not a few also questioned the motives and timing of the attendance, considering that Lisa's concert took place right after rumors of Blackpink's contract extension made headlines in the Korean media. Is Jungkook coming as a pure spectator, or is there a symbolic message he carries? Observers of the Korean entertainment industry began to raise their voices. Some have suggested that Jungkook's presence at Lisa's unannounced concert was an implicit strategy to explore public acceptance of possible cross-agency interactions in the future. If so, then this is not just a surprise concert, but a social experiment on a global scale. The fact that the camera captured her figure was not an ordinary accident, but a very subtle but far-reaching cinematic engineering. Those who observe the K-pop industry from a strategic point of view also point out that Jungkook's presence could be a double act, both as a personal gesture and a tactic to obscure issues that are haunting HYBE regarding some of their artists' internal crises. Letting the Jungkook and Lisa rumors dominate the news at least shifts the public's focus away from other big issues that have not yet been discussed, i.e. the fans' discourse. However, this topic goes in a much more philosophical direction. Is a meeting between two big stars like this really organic, or is it completely controlled by a grand narrative devised by the industry? Does Lisa know that Jungkook is present? Some fans claim to have captured the changing look on Lisa's face as she swept her gaze towards the VIP stands. The eyes that were originally focused on the center changed for a moment, surprised, then again merged with the dance. For some overly observant viewers, it was a hint of spontaneous emotion. Not long after the concert ended, various video uploads from the audience flooded social media. One of the most viral clips of 14 seconds shows the moment Lisa finishes performing her last song and waves her hand towards the stands. At a 20-degree angle to the right, the other hand appeared to be waving slightly, and although it was only a shadow, netizens believed it was Jungkook's hand. A small sign that leaves a big impression. Not only in South Korea, Jungkook's presence has also become a hot topic in the international community. The global media began to glance at the possibility that this moment be part of a big move that has not yet been announced. Some fan accounts cited an old interview in which Jungkook once mentioned that he was interested in exploring a freer and more feminine style of performance like Lisa's. An old statement that now feels like a prophesied, in the fashion industry circles. Rumors are growing that the two will appear in an international campaign together, rumors that are reinforced by the fact that the stylists of both have recently been seen wearing similar motifs. This micro-motif, a butterfly silhouette and a silver-black color combination, further adds depth to speculation that their interaction is not just watching a concert. In that chaos of emotion and analysis, however, one thing is undeniable: the camera does not lie. Once that face is captured, the world cannot return. The Goyang Stadium that was supposed to be the center of Lisa's solo celebration turned into a collective interpretation room, where the public put together a new narrative about Jungkook and Lisa's interactions. The audience that attended that night not only witnessed the concert, they witnessed the history of the birth of one of the most viral moments in the world of K-pop 2025. Some people say that this is clear evidence that the line between fan service and reality has been increasingly blurred. In an era where cameras can capture more than just images, but shape perceptions, an artist's every move will always be open to reinterpretation. And Jungkook's moment at Goyang Stadium is the culmination of that new reality. As the week goes by, both Lisa and Jungkook remain silent. No clarification, no parry. But it is precisely silence that adds weight. It's as if both, and their agencies, understand that public interpretations are sometimes far more influential than official statements. In a world of entertainment where mystery is the best form of marketing, not talking is the most eloquent art. Now, many are wondering, is this the beginning of something bigger? Musical collaboration? Fashion? Or is it just a small chapter in a long story of two stars that accidentally intersect on a sparkling night? Time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the camera footage of that night's stadium shake has changed everything. Not just for Lisa and Jungkook, but for the entire fandom ecosystem that continues to watch, analyze, and shape the history of global pop culture with unblinking eyes.